In the early 2000s, Nokia seemed unbeatable. It dominated the entire mobile phone industry. Almost everyone on Earth owned a Nokia phone. The company looked immortal. But within just a few years, everything started collapsing. And the scariest part, Nokia failed at the exact moment it believed it was untouchable. If you grew up in the 2000s, your first phone was probably a Nokia. The legendary Nokia 3310, the indestructible phone everyone remembers.
Wish about every smithing, but your phone's some kill.
At one point, Nokia controlled nearly half the global market. Nearly half. It was a monster of the industry. The company was making billions. And nobody believed Nokia could ever lose. But while Nokia celebrated, something dangerous was already happening. In California, Apple was preparing a revolution. In 2007, Steve Jobs walked onto a stage and introduced the first iPhone.
The market is ours to take.
And the entire industry changed forever. But Nokia didn't realize it yet. Executives believed the iPhone would fail, too expensive. No keyboard, a strange touchscreen device. They thought people would never abandon buttons. That became Nokia's biggest mistake. Because Nokia thought it was selling phones. But Apple was selling the future. While Nokia improved hardware, Apple built an ecosystem. The App Store changed everything. Phones became part of people's lives. But Nokia failed to understand the shift. And the real problem wasn't technology. The real problem was inside the company. Managers became afraid to tell executives the truth. Problems were hidden. Mistakes were ignored. Leadership believed everything was under control. And that's how giant companies begin to collapse. Meanwhile, Apple and Android were taking over. Developers started abandoning Nokia. Symbian slowly became a disaster. The software felt outdated. Consumers noticed it immediately. And once customers think your product belongs to the past, recovery becomes almost impossible, especially in technology. Nokia tried to fight back. The company released new smartphones. It partnered with Microsoft. Executives promised a comeback.
The numbers.
But it was already too late. The market never waits for companies that fall behind. And then the impossible happened. In 2013, Nokia sold its mobile business to Microsoft. One of the biggest tech companies in history had officially lost the war. For millions of people, it felt unreal, like the end of an entire era. But Nokia's story is much bigger than phones. It became a warning for every company on Earth. Because success can become dangerous. Dominance creates blindness. And the moment a company believes it's unbeatable, its decline may have already begun. The world changes incredibly fast. Technology changes. Human behavior changes. And companies that fail to adapt disappear. That's exactly what happened to Nokia. It reacted too slowly to the future. And the scariest part is, another giant company may be making the same mistakes right
Then
now.
we cut the R&D budget immediately.
Is that even viable?
Somewhere in the world, a CEO probably believes their company is untouchable. Exactly like Nokia once did. Because history repeats itself, especially in technology. And that's why Nokia remains one of the most important business stories ever. Because it proved something terrifying. Even giants can disappear. And most people never see it coming. Not until it's already too late. The rise, the power, and the collapse. That's the cycle of every empire. No company stays on top forever, not even the biggest ones. And technology moves faster than pride. Faster than confidence. Faster than billion-dollar corporations. And Nokia learned that the hard way. A company once worth billions became a warning for the entire world. Because the moment you stop adapting, you start disappearing. And somewhere right now, another company is making the same mistake. They just don't realize it yet. That's what makes business dangerous. And that's what makes stories like Nokia unforgettable. A giant that once ruled the world, gone in just a few years. Not because it lacked power, but because it failed to change. And in technology, standing still is the fastest way to lose. The future never waits. It keeps moving, with or without you. And Nokia became proof of that. A lesson written into business history forever. So the real question is, who will be the next Nokia? Which company looks unstoppable today, but is already collapsing behind the scenes?
We must secure the European market this quarter.
Because every empire believes
Data
it's different,
suggests a strong opportunity.
until reality proves otherwise. And by then, it's usually too late. The market moves on. Consumers move on. The world moves on. And giants disappear. Exactly like Nokia, a company that once defined the future and became part of the past. So tell me, which company do you think could become the next Nokia? Write your opinion in the comments. And subscribe for more stories about the rise and fall of billion-dollar empires.